Hey everybody, it's Guy here, Guy Crittenden. I'd like to welcome you to my little program. Tonight I'm going to produce something that is such an important project to me, and the message I want to share with you is so important that I actually just didn't record it as, a YouTube video on my laptop or anything like that. I decided that this project, this little show, is so important that I decided to come down to the Druthers newspaper headquarters in Port Perry, Ontario, and actually make use of their new digital studios. Partly I want to promote that. Druthers is Canada's national protest newspaper. And I've been writing for Druthers from the beginning because I support the message and I support the mission. Druthers is an entirely volunteer-funded newspaper, and I just want to express my appreciation for the publisher and friend of mine, Sean Jason, for allowing me to do this, helping me. And I'd like to thank producer Mitch here, who will put his name and contact information at the end credits of this little video. Tonight, what I'm going to produce for you is going to be a combination of talking and a bit of music. You can see I'm sitting here with my guitar. I'm not a professional guitar player or musician, but I have something to express. And there's a point to this show, and it's going to come out over the course of the show. I have some notes jotted down here, but I'm not reading from a script. I'm speaking to you from the heart. And that's what this evening's going to be about, this 1 hour show. I'm not sure how long it will come out, but I'm thinking it'll be about an hour. And I invite you to spend an hour with me and listen to what I have to say, which is very important, and it's important for the time that we find ourselves in. These are very difficult times, and there's a storm coming. And as I sit and record this music video with a bit of talking, there's an actual storm outside approaching, and it's a pretty good metaphor for what's coming our way and what has been coming our way for over 2 years now. Now, a lot of us are tired. I know I am. A lot of us who have been in the freedom movement from the beginning, we've given up a lot for this because we understand the importance of it. I've not been working for pay for several years now because I've been dedicating myself fully to this cause. This show, this program, is for everybody in the world who finds their way to this video, and everybody in Canada especially, and especially my friends in the freedom movement. You know who you are. I've walked with you. I've written articles for every edition of Druthers almost, and I've given a lot to this movement, and many of you have given a lot more than I have, to be honest. But I have a purpose that I'll get to in a minute. This is the first edition of this show that I'm calling the Hippie Pocket. The Hippie Pocket. And that isn't meant to describe an article of clothing. A Hippie Pocket is a cool hangout. It's a place where the cool people hang out and enjoy each other's company. Maybe there's music or poetry readings and that kind of thing. The first Hippie Pocket I discovered, where I learned that name, is a store called the Hippie Pocket in Parry Sound, near where I live. And I invite you all to go in there sometime and buy something from my friend Danielle, who runs the store. That's why I'm wearing this funny hat tonight. I really love this hat. I bought it at that store, and that's where I learned about this idea of the Hippie Pocket. Now, what we need in the resistance movement, the freedom movement, is we need more than just talk and sharing videos and producing serious articles and sharing information. There's going to come a time, because we are all herded into a limited number of apps where we're not censored now. We're in BitChute and Telegram mostly. And it's only a matter of time before those get shut down or so censored that it's not meaningful to be there anymore. And one of my main reasons in producing this show for you is to reach out to all the artists out there, all the painters, all the animators, all the digital artists and poster makers, and musicians especially. And I have a message for you, and I won't put it off anymore. The message is this: it's time. It's time to step up right now. It's not next year. It's not the year after. It's not 6 months from now. Time is running out, my friends. This is a time that I'm very concerned about. There's a lot of talk, but I don't see enough action. I don't understand why every city in this country isn't plastered with posters with our messages on them, where we can get the truth out to people. And I'm not talking about little photocopied 8.5 by 11 posters, okay, that are just stapled and easy to pull down. I'm talking about the ones that are put up with paste, with conviction. And it's time for the musicians, all of you who know what's going on, to use, and all the artists and writers, to use your voice. But you're the ones who, when everybody else is censored, you are the ones who will be able to reach out to people with your message, because you talk in metaphor and symbolism, just like the other side does with their sigil magic. We're facing a lot of black magic at this time. It's time for the white magicians to come forward, the artists, the shamans, the philosophers. Now I've done enough talking for now. I have a few more things to say to you later, but it's time to play a song. Oh, mother, I miss you. And my sister too. And my brother, I just don't know what to do. And my sons, I just don't know what to do. When will I kiss you again? Oh, what do we do? Oh, my brother and my sisters and my sons, I just don't know what to say to you. It's been a hard 2 years, and you thought I was wrong, but I wasn't trying to win an argument. I was just trying to save you. You wouldn't listen to me. Will you please listen to me now? This song is for you. These tears are for you. These notes are for you. Please listen to me. Just you. Do what you gotta do, but please hear me. Listen to me say, and this is what I'm trying to show you artists out there, that you can get a message across without saying words that trigger algorithms. You can express yourself in a way that no World Economic Forum could ever shut down. Well, I think that's enough of that one. You get the idea of what I'm trying to get across tonight. I'm going to call this the first edition. It might be the only edition, I don't know, of the Hippie Pocket. But I hope to see hippie pockets all over this country. I want everybody to run with this idea. Not just at music festivals and when you're talking to each other, but we need to bring this out to protests, to every kind of demonstration, and not even just demonstrations. Get out on street corners, get in at the mouths of entrances of subways, wherever you can find a place to do your music and your art and get it out to people. And we have to start looking past the idea of making money from this for a while. And I know it's easy for me to say, because I've been living on savings for a while, and I still have some more. A lot of you are not in that position, and I understand. So you might not be able to do 100% of what I'm asking. But whatever you can do, now's the time. Like I say, not next year. It's now, it's go. And by the way, I'm going to put the credits for these backing tracks at the end of the video. First of all, for copyright, and secondly, if any of you want to practice with these tunes, there's some beautiful music. It's the other one, Josh. The other side. Yeah, that's better. started to relax a bit now. We can start having a little fun with this show. Sorry to lay those very heavy ideas and thoughts on you. Those are the times we're in, right? But there's another side. Everybody, you look after each other out there, because what this program is tonight, and it's going to be short, just going to do a couple more tunes at the most. It's called Path of the Heart. It's time to be kind to one another. You know, I was very angry at one point when I figured out what was really going on in this world and learned about the crashing supply chains, food shortages. I thought this whole fourth industrial revolution was supposed to make the world a better place, but I don't see that. So I've let go of my anger because it's not going to help anybody, and I wasn't always awake myself. And it wouldn't have helped me to have people be angry at me as I was trying to wake up. So we have to be there and hold space for our brothers and sisters who are waking up. A lot of their souls are leaving the planet right now, and I hear a lot of ambulance sirens these days. A lot that you might have noticed as well, right? So be kind to each other. Spread the love. Thank you for your kind attention to that song. All right. Now, what would I do next? Well, I played a bunch of songs in the minor key that were quite bluesy. And so it's nice to change pace a little bit. This one is a jam in C. So it's a lovely tune. It's called Dreamy Ethereal Ballad for Guitar. And I dedicate this to all the world's religions, because you know they're working on a new one world religion, and I don't like what I've found out when I look into what it is. But I dedicate this to Christ consciousness. I dedicate this to Maharaji Neem Karoli Baba. I dedicate this to to the people of every religion, Islam. The concept of Allah in that religion corresponds very closely to what I've experienced in trance states in my spiritual practice. And I don't want to skip other religions, just all the religions. We all need to come together. And we need to celebrate our differences and not be forced and shoehorned into one thing. So in that spirit, we're going to get out of the blues and we're going to play something in a major key, and that would be the key of C, as you will see.
I've lost, but many more I've made along the way. I invite them back into my heart. I never disagreed anyway. So I call out to all my friends. Even though we've had arguments, I know we can make amends. So come, sit around the fire. I'll pour you a drink, and we'll talk the night away. Stars in the sky, shadows of the pines, mirrored in your eyes. I see, I know, my face has many more lines. I feel I've done a lot of more talking this evening than I planned to. Didn't really introduce myself very much. I'm not going to spend more time on that other than to say I'm a journalist and also an artist and musician. And that's why I think it's fallen to me to share that serious message with folks tonight. I tried to convey with feeling in the music the path of the heart, the very thing that the technocracy will never, ever understand or be able to address. No computer, no AI can speak to the heart, let alone from the heart. So we've got to get out of our heads a bit more and get into our hearts. We've got to use our skills and still use our discernment. I'd like to see more creativity in the resistance movement, the freedom movement. It's a wonderful thing that's happening. I'm sure you've noticed where people fly Canadian flags on their cars. I do that, and it's just great because people honk their horns and wave, and you connect with one another at coffee shops. So like a new cultural thing that's happening. It's like a smoke signal or something, a secret handshake. And you can also go to the store and get these things called window writer markers, and you can write messages on your windows of your car and get a message out. I suggest you not write something too provocative. You don't want somebody keying your car or something. But my car right now has on the back window the statement, "Fight for your freedom like you fought for toilet paper." So I thought that was a good one. So you can come up with ideas of your own. I'd like to see more buttons and shirts. I'd like to see, I'm old enough to remember growing up as a child in the 60s that we all had peace signs and happy faces and all this iconography on our lunch boxes and our school binders. We need to get our message out like that as well. Comic books even, all kinds of artistic ways that we can share what we think and feel with people with what's coming. I think I want to end this on an optimistic note. I think we are going to prevail. God wins in the end. We all know that. I just want us to avoid as much suffering as possible between now and that time. And I think, honestly, the time that we could jujitsu things is upon us. And we might be surprised that we get bigger victories than we even think we're going to have. Let's not engage in bypassing. Let's face what's coming. But let's remain optimistic. So I think I'll go a little shorter and just play one more song that's really neither upbeat nor downbeat. I'm just going to play J.J. Cale's song Durango, and play along with that. And I think we'll just fade to black on that song. And by the way, this is the first edition of this program, the Hippie Pocket. I don't know if there'll be another one. If there's interest, I'd be game to sit down. This is the only show I want to be on here by myself. I'm just kicking out the idea. I hope to attract the interest of other musicians and artists and poets that might want to sit down with me and talk about what they do, and more specifically talk about how you can get your message out with feeling to people to help turn this situation around and create the new world order that we want and not the one that the globalists want. So anyway, that's enough talking. Good night, everybody. Thank you for your kind attention. Namaste and in Lakesh. And here we go with the last song of the night.